Hey guys, it's Ryan Dossey, and in today's video, I want to talk to you guys about check mailers. So if you've not heard of or seen these are what is called the check mailers. They feature your company's name and information, gets printed right here, the seller's name, the kind of ballpark price you'd be willing to pay, the seller's address, as well as your signature. And this is actually a perforated tear-off. If I'm being totally blunt, this is actually not a product that we invented, and it is the first time that we have taken somebody else's concept and kind of put our spin on it over at Ballpoint Marketing. This product was heavily requested by clients, and if I'm being blunt, I was a little resistant. I'm personally not a big fan of things that come off like scammy or spammy. It's why we don't do like the expiring notice postcards or the I've been trying to reach you like BS type copy that a lot of people have pushed through postcard marketing in the past. We tend to just be really straightforward. Hey, here's who I am. I'm local. I like your property. I want to buy it. Call or text me if you want to sell it. And that has made our clients a stupid amount of money. But I guess like business 101 kind of is, if your clients are asking for something and you can fulfill it, maybe you should check it out. So I'm going to show you a couple things that are different with this product and then walk you through how I would recommend actually using it in a way that doesn't damage your reputation, which is key. So as far as I am aware of, we're the only folks that are doing these where this is actually check paper. It's really thick. Like, I don't know if you can, see that on camera, if that comes through or not, but they're also perforated where they can like rip the check off and hold onto it. We're also the only people I'm aware of that have written on these with pens. So this is all actually written in ink. Hold that up and see if you can get a good view of that sucker. And as far as I know, we're the only people that are personalizing the check aspect as well. So how do you use these things? Well, let's talk about it for a second. How I'm going to recommend you don't use them is rip your entire city from prop stream, select, 70% of ARV and shoot them off. There you go. That's a great way to damage you or your brand's reputation if you've got one. I've got some clients that have actually done that with other vendors, and I've seen some of their reviews take a massive hit on Google. Things like, hey, these people are sending out fake checks with lowball offers, which really isn't what you want. The check aspect is designed to, almost look like a serious offer for what you'd pay for the place, but it's designed to get that increase in response. So how do we increase our response without as much of the negative blowback? That's going to be, in my opinion, through filtering. So if I was going to use these in my business, I would look at specific asset classes, meaning beds, baths, square footage, year built type information in specific zip codes or cities, or even neighborhoods that I know, and compiling those into a list before I send them over. You can spray and pray, and I'm sure people will, and they're going to get deals out of it. And, maybe they're also going to get a bunch of 1-star reviews. My recommendation would be to use this a little bit more seriously and not as like a first touch in your marketing campaign. Maybe you've done some letters, you've ran somebody through a postcard sequence, and you're kind of looking for that last, like, hey, I'm serious if you want to sell this place type of an effort. I think you would be way better off taking the time up front, looking at what you're actually sending and who it's going to, and making that a realistic offer. Let's say, for instance, you bought a 4-bedroom, 3-bath house in a particular city or zip code. Would kind of be a natural fit to, hey, we just bought another house in the neighborhood for this price. We're looking for another 4-bed, 3-bath. Let us know if you want to sell, right? That's a much nicer, kinder way to do these, in my opinion, than just blanketing out tens of thousands of them at a time. Now, this is a tri-fold piece. So what that means, it's going to get folded like this, inserted into a windowed envelope. They're going to be able to see the name, return mail address, and then it's going to be stamped inside an envelope. Windowed envelopes have been pretty heavily requested by you guys as a way to kind of cut down on costs. This is the first product we're doing that actually utilizes those. I'd also really recommend looking at your data and cutting anything super low. In the past, I'm interested in buying your house. I'd be in this ballpark kind of a price, and I got really savvy with it. Like what comps were, what rehab was per square foot when the property was last sold, to try to like come up with some formulas. And when I did that, I realized some of my offers were like, I'll give you -$5,000. So just make sure you take a look at what you're sending it out and aren't just kind of shotgun approaching an entire city with these. At the end of the day, you can be in business for a good time or a long time. My goal is to have a good time and be in business indefinitely. So in order to do that, we want to consider what kind of user experience are we creating? What are we maybe doing to our brand's equity? Like, do people know, like, and trust us? And is this going to impact that? The last thing you want to do is burn your brand equity for today's sales, because that's going to cost you in the long run. To quote, I think it was Uncle Ben in Spider-Man, with great power comes great responsibility. Happy house hunting and market wisely. Thank you for taking the time to hang out with me. Hopefully you guys give these a shot. If you haven't already, be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel. We'll talk to you guys next time.